Hello, 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 Wild Lake High School. This is your principal, Michael C. Brown, coming back at you with a very, very important principal message. I will get right into it. First quarter is completed. First quarter is over. Appreciate all of you guys for all of your hard work, all of your perseverance to get through this first quarter and get through it successfully. Yes, there's some highs, yes, there's some lows, but there are way more highs than lows. So as a principal of the school, I am ecstatic about what first quarter has shown us, on what potential we have, and how we can improve as a school. We've done a lot, but I think there's a lot of meat left on the bone that we can do this year, and I look forward to doing that with you guys. Congratulations to all our fall sports participants. All of you that were involved in fall sports, I just want to say thank you so much for stepping out there, being involved. Some of you might have been your first time in a fall sport and or activity, but you decided to step outside your comfort zone and be a part of something special. So hope all of you enjoy your time, because I know myself as a principal, you all showed me what the Wild Lake Way is really all about. Being out and about, seeing you all compete at the highest level and getting some of those dubs, as we say, and making sure that we are competing and doing things the right way. So I appreciate all of you for doing that. Can't wait to see what we do in winter sports that's coming up soon. Even though we are in a new quarter, it is the same level of expectations for me as a principal. We have to keep our bar high for everybody, right? That means that for myself as a principal, continue to moving forward and get as much information from all of you and feedback as I possibly can. In efforts to try to do that, I have formulated the new Principal Advisory Committee. We call it PAC. And this thing is important because put it together by students. Shout out to Xander, by the way, for helping me gather and recruit individuals for this PAC initiative. We've had our first couple of meetings, and I can't tell you how excited I am about getting feedback from individuals that are representing you in the school building on things we can do as administration to improve the school experience, but also to give you all a window into what administration is working on to improve the school on a daily basis. Again, this is a give and take, but I want to make sure that your voices are heard each and every day here at the Lake. Also, if you are interested in joining the Principal Advisory Committee, please make sure to reach out to me via email, or you can reach out to Xander via email or in person at lunch or whatever, and just tell us that you are interested in being a part of this coveted committee. Because again, the work is just starting, and we can do more, but we can do it more together if you are part of it. All right, y'all, I got some lunch reminders. We've done such a great job with the transition with lunch and some of the different things I've asked you all to do, but I gotta say, we gotta keep things going. So make sure during your lunch period, you are in the lunch room, right? That doesn't mean walking around. That doesn't mean going different places, hiding out. You have to be in the cafeteria, right? I've already heard and gotten feedback from some of you all. Some of you guys don't like the lunch food. Some of you don't like being in the cafeteria. That is why we have designed that you have an opportunity to go to the media center, possibly the Gold Room, and some other places. But if you or those things are shut down for that day, it is the expectation that you are in the cafeteria, not hanging out in the hallway outside the cafeteria, not being on Main Street. You have to be in the cafeteria. Again, in that same token, you must be on the school campus. Again, I've talked to many of you about this, and I will continue to belabor this point. You cannot go off campus and get food and bring that back into the school. You cannot go and eat lunch somewhere off campus and then travel back into the school. We are responsible for each and every one of you and your safety. I cannot have me talk to one of your parents and explain why you are not in location if something were to happen to you out there in the world. That can happen at any time. So even though you say, hey, man, Mr. Brown, it's all good. I'll go get some lunch. I'll come right back. I'm good. Yeah, something happens to you out there, it is on us and on me as the principal. So I'm asking all of you, help me to help yourselves and make sure that you're on school campus at all times, even during the lunch periods. The Media Center, again, is an awesome place, but don't ruin it for everybody that is taking advantage of that, right? Meaning that if you're supposed to be in the Media Center, be in the Media Center. Don't be walking around. Don't use the Media Center pass and never go there. We're keeping track of these things, and you are going to lose your privilege. Again, I'm not going to punish everybody for the mistakes of the few. So please make sure if you would get a media pass, please make sure you go straight to the Media Center and you stay in the Media Center. And the last point about lunch, please help our custodians and our building maintenance crew clean up after yourselves, please. This is not a thing where you eat and just throw food wherever you leave it, right? Everybody's responsible for their own trash. It is not their responsibility to clean up after you, right? So please make sure if you're eating lunch or you're eating a snack or whatever it is you're doing, wherever you are, which you should be in the cafeteria during that time, but if you are, please take your tray, put it in the trash. It's very, very easy, but it helps out a lot. And I know we are better than what we have shown over the last couple of weeks. So please make sure. And if it's your friends that are leaving trash or garbage, hold your friends accountable. Let them know, hey, man, that's trifling. Clean up after yourself, right? We all have to do it. And if we do, then you won't see any mice or any of your furry friends running around the school if you are making sure that you're cleaning up after yourself. So thank you guys in advance for that. Bathrooms. Hey, we have to make sure that we are using the bathrooms appropriately this year. It's already a thing that, and we talked about this in our principal advisory committee. There are students here that need to use the restroom, and they cannot use the restroom or they are not comfortable using the restroom because there are some of you that are gathering in the restroom for other purposes. That is not how we are going to do business here at the lake. If you have to use the bathroom, use the bathroom. If you are going to the bathroom for other means, I suggest you figure out some other way to do that, preferably not during the school day, and you can meet up with your friends after school. During the school day is not a hangout spot to be in the bathroom. Because again, if you are doing that, you are discouraging others who actually have to use the bathroom. And I don't want anybody having to hold their bladder all day until they go home just because there's individuals that are in the bathroom when they're not supposed to be. All right, so please make sure that you all are doing that. Again, there's always going to be staff that's going to be outside of the restrooms. These are teachers. These are teachers in the building. I know some of you may not know who they are. They're just not random people, right? These are people who are certified to be in the building and to be at those stations. That means, regardless if you know them from whether they're a teacher of yours or whatever, none of that matters. What matters is if they're asking you to do something, do it. Be respectful. Treat them how you would want to be treated. Because I've heard too much about some of you being disrespectful to teachers that are just doing their job, asking you to come out of the bathroom, asking you not to gather, asking you to move on to your class, these type of things. Asking you to do things you already know you should be doing. So they don't deserve the disrespect from anybody in this building. So please make sure that you are acting appropriately at all times, regardless if you have a relationship or not. Now's the time for you to build a relationship that you may not even have. You'd be surprised what can flourish from knowing somebody or getting to know somebody for the very first time. But you can't do that by being rude and crude to people. That's not the Wild Lake way, and that's not how we're going to do business. All right, let's shift to attendance, right? I want to give you guys a huge shout out. I am so thankful to all of you who have turned your attendance around. Some of you had horrendous attendance last year, and now we've seen a huge turnaround in your efforts this year. I want to say thank you personally. Your teachers say thank you. This administration says thank you. I know it is not easy to get up early in the morning. Some of you are walking over a mile to get here each and every day. I understand that, right? I know there's bad weather. It's getting colder outside. It's going to get harder and harder for you to get here and have that motivation to get here on time. But let me tell you something. You getting on here matters. It matters to me, the principal, but it also matters to the school and the climate of this community. We need you here in order for you to be successful and for you to meet your goals and your dreams. So please make sure that you stay encouraged. If you have a friend of yours, have a friend group, have a friend chat. If you haven't heard from them, make sure you tell them, text them in the morning, hey, look, let's get up, let's get going. You know, we have to encourage each other in order for us to make sure that we move forward in the right way, right? I will say this also. Make sure that you are in class. I shouldn't say that being the principal of the school, but I'll say it again. Make sure that you're in class. Make sure you are where you're supposed to be when you are supposed to be there, right? Many of you are doing that, but there are some of you that are not where you're supposed to be. You're using the opportunity to like I talked about earlier, going to the bathroom, extending your bathroom break. Or you are saying you have to go down to the cafeteria and get something, even though you don't have to go down to the cafeteria and get anything, right? You just want to use it as an opportunity to hang out for 10 or 15 minutes. We're not doing that. That is going to show up. For some of you, it's already showed up in your first quarter grades, meaning that you ended up not getting the grade that you could have gotten simply because you are not in the seat in your class when you were supposed to be there. We must be where we're supposed to be, and that's only going to help you in the long run to get what you need, which I believe is a high school diploma that says Wild Lake High School on it. But you have to put in the work. Along with the attendance, we are going to have different initiatives that are going to be put out there to even help you even further. So for those individuals that you are still struggling, I want to make sure that we have things in place, different incentives, right? These things are going to be coming out. So you're going to be able to get things, right? Tangible things, rewards for being in school. The other part of it is that I got some programs in place that we're going to find out for some of you. There are some detractors. There are some things that are impeding your progress as far as getting here on time or getting to school on a regular basis. I am dedicated to finding out what those reasons are and trying to provide those necessary supports so that they cannot happen. Because again, we can't be successful unless you are here and here every single. All right, lastly, y'all know it's Thanksgiving time. So I know some of you have been looking forward to this Thanksgiving break, as well as Mr. Brown, your teachers. Everybody loves this holiday season. But I must say, please remember to support those individuals that are in your circle that are having a rough way to go. They may have had a loved one pass away recently. They may have had a friend of theirs that is struggling through something, right? They may have some financial hardships within their household. Please make sure you are thinking about more than just yourself this holiday season, because there's some individuals that, whether you think it or not, and they may have a smile on their face every single day, they need your support. So please make sure that you are reaching out to your friends, checking on them, making sure that they're okay, making sure they have somewhere to eat this holiday season. And if not, or they don't have food, make sure you invite them over your house to eat. Just make sure that you are doing and reaching out and doing those small little things this holiday season, because it will go a far way. I also want to say you guys should be thankful, right? You should be thankful for what you do have. Don't worry about what you don't have in life. Right now, many of you are blessed. You are on this earth. You are here every single day. You are waking up. You are here, right? That is something to be thankful for, right? And you have other things that are going in your life that are positive. Everything is not negative. So don't focus on the negative things. Make sure you are focusing in those positive things, and also surrounding yourself with people that also are sharing that positivity in your life. Because what I found out, I actually had the opportunity to go to a conference this past week in Ocean City, and one of the things that resonated with me is that everything in this life is contagious, right? It's contagious. If you are around a whole bunch of negativity, that's contagious. That means you're going to start being negative. That means negative things are going to start happening in your life and around you, right? I want to be contagious, but I want that contagious part, the positive part, to be things that are contagious to me. So make sure that you are around positive people, that you are consuming positive content, whether it's social media and so forth, and you'll see some differences in your life as far as that positivity and that contagious atmosphere that I'm talking about. I love you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope I get to, again, continue to get to know each and every one of you, continue to get to meet every one of you. Like I said before, we are building this culture together, and we can't do it by ourselves, but we can do anything together. So remember, it is always better here at the lake, and I can't wait to see you guys soon. Thanks again.